In 88 of its overseas subsidiaries, Chinese technology giant Huawei has been able to effectively replace internal software management systems previously purchased from U.S. suppliers with its own version. This is part of Huawei's ongoing efforts to reduce its dependence on foreign markets amid the long-standing restrictions imposed by the U.S. ADA units in 75 countries became the first batch of Huawei's global affiliates to complete the transition to the self-developed Meta ERP system, covering business areas such as cloud computing devices and information and communications technology. According to an article published in Huawei's online community for its employees, Huawei said it intends to complete the transition at all of its more than 200 overseas locations by the end of this year. Huawei says it is out of crisis mode, which successive chairman Eric Xu has designated as the 2023 milestone. In his message for the new year, Xu said the company will maintain a high level of investment in R&D. He also mentioned other areas of growth, such as the company's cloud division and other products and services that help in the digital transformation of various industries. According to Xu, Huawei's core business of selling telecommunications infrastructure has expanded in 2022, and the steady decline of the company's once dominant consumer goods sector seems to have leveled off. The Chinese company is private, so it has not disclosed its annual earnings or provided comprehensive information on several lines of business. In 2022, the company invested more than $23.8 billion in research and development as part of its ongoing effort to build its own product line. Since 2019, Chinese companies have matched chips in anticipation of the possibility of U.S. sanctions. In addition, Chinese factories stocked up on as much manufacturing equipment as possible in preparation for the possibility that Western countries might impose stricter export restrictions on semiconductor manufacturing tools. More than 3 years ago, Huawei was denied access to an enterprise resource planning system run by the U.S. company Oracle because of measures taken by the U.S. government. When the time came to replace the previous system, Huawei had no choice but to create a new one, entirely under its own control, using Meta ERP. According to Huawei, this transformation was the most extensive and complex the company had ever undertaken. Over the course of 3 years, Huawei devoted a significant amount of resources to the project, deployed several thousand employees to work on it, and collaborated with industry and ecosystem partners to solve related problems. ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning, is the essential software that supports all of a company's business activities, from accounting to supply chain management. By all accounts, it is the most important information technology system for managing an enterprise. Huawei is just one example of how Chinese enterprises are working hard to remain viable and hone their research and development capabilities despite the long and growing restrictions imposed by the U.S. government. Huawei founder Ren Zhengfei said the company has replaced more than 13,000 components affected by U.S. government restrictions with parts made in-house or manufactured by other Chinese companies over the past 3 years. During a meeting in February with students and experts who helped the company solve complex technology problems, Ren said that more than 4,000 circuit boards have also been replaced, and that these circuit boards have been stabilized as a result of the company finally having qualified domestic components. More importantly, Huawei, in cooperation with domestic companies, has developed electronic design automation, or EDA, for chips larger than 14 nanometers. This is a significant step forward for the Chinese semiconductor industry, despite the limitations. EDA is a type of software that is widely used in industry and is considered extremely important to the overall chip design process. It has been nicknamed the cradle of integrated circuits. Huawei chairman Su Zhejun said the company has completed the process of localizing EDA tools for chips larger than 14 nanometers by working with domestic partners and will complete the due diligence process this year. The provision of EDA tools has traditionally been done in China by U.S. companies such as Cadence and Synopsys. According to Xiang Ligang, CEO of the Information Consumption Alliance, an industry body for the telecommunications industry, U.S. government export restrictions on sophisticated semiconductor technology destined for China are prompting Chinese enterprises to increase the amount of resources they devote to achieving breakthroughs. According to preliminary data provided by the China Semiconductor Industry Association, sales revenue in China's chip development sector reached 534.57 billion yuan. That's $74.7 billion in 2017, up 16.5% from last year, demonstrating demonstrating the resilience of the sector despite constraints. Earlier this month, Huawei unveiled the latest version of its proprietary cloud database, known as GaussDB. This database consists of a set of information that can be searched, sorted, and updated. This is increasingly important for the efficient administration and use of data, which has now become a critical component of manufacturing and has the potential to create increased value. In May 2019, the U.S. Department of Commerce blacklisted Huawei as a trading company, citing unspecified security concerns. Because of this change, the company cannot access a wide range of services and products, including enterprise resource planning systems or ERP systems that it previously purchased, mostly from U.S. suppliers. The organization has since embarked on a transformation to ensure ERP continuity. After 3 years of hard work, the organization successfully piloted Meta ERP in Malaysia in September 2021, and in July 2022, it rolled it out to all of its critical businesses, including Huawei Technologies. In January 2023, Meta ERP was able to effectively support the company's annual settlements, which was a significant achievement for the system. At the end of April, Huawei held an internal celebration to celebrate the transition in Dongguan, located in South China. Chinese telecommunications equipment superpower Huawei Technology Company said it has moved to an enterprise resource planning system built in-house. It represents the company's latest attempt to reduce its reliance on technology from abroad as it continues to suffer the effects of U.S. trade sanctions. According to a private company statement, Meta ERP has taken over all of Huawei's daily procedures and at least 80% of Huawei's business data after successfully passing tests involving monthly, quarterly, and annual calculations. Huawei's ERP system was previously managed manually. As trade restrictions continue, Huawei has made every effort to strengthen its global operations. At the same time, the company is weighing its response to the U.S.-China split over allegations that the Biden administration is going to cut the company off from all U.S. suppliers. The creation of Meta ERP reflects these efforts by Huawei. When asked to comment on whether Huawei would open up Meta ERP to customers from other companies in the future, the company declined. After U.S. sanctions undermine the once thriving smartphone manufacturing sector, Huawei may find it advantageous to enter the commercial ERP market to further diversify its operations. Thanks to demand in its home market, the company maintains its position as the world's largest supplier of telecommunications equipment. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Subscribe to the channel and write your opinion in the comments.